Yesterday morning, that island was 89% white. Unfortunately, and this really is the point, Martha's Vineyard is one of a dwindling number of beautiful places left in our country. Martha's Vineyard is what most of America once was, not all that long ago. Small, socially cohesive, orderly, safe, with traditional human-centered architecture and big stretches of nature unspoiled by industrial wind farms and dollar stores. The people who live in Martha's Vineyard now didn't build any of that. The people who did build it are long gone, along with the attitudes and values that made it possible. The people who live there now just came for the nostalgia, and all that's left, really, are the buildings and the beaches, but still, you'd hate to see them wrecked. On the other hand, at this point, we may have no choice. No sane country would allow millions of foreign nationals to walk across its borders illegally and then immediately give them government benefits in exchange for mocking our rule of law. No one would ever do that. It is suicide. Over time, it will destroy the United States. This is our country. We were born here. We plan to die here. We have nowhere else to go, and we don't want to live in a slum.
A lot of my friends who are down here as well for tax purposes, they bounce. They're back at their second homes. They're gone.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is my problem. This is a topic I've been very quiet about for a long time, but this video was the confirmation I needed to hear. Folks will come here to live in Puerto Rico, live la vida loca, and live for their wallet's best interest. In times like these, right now, during a hurricane, they leave. And then they wonder why a lot of people give them for it. Because they are living here for their own benefit. And when times are not beneficial to them, they fly like a flock of pigeons. I live here. I love here. Because I am here. Everybody wants to live in Puerto Rico until it's time to live in Puerto Rico. For those who are living here with tax purposes, and you took a quick flight back home, don't get mad when you hear, go home. Stay home.
Así que te ruego, te suplico que abandones tu casa y te muevas al centro de convenciones. Nos acompañan vehículos de la Guardia Nacional de Puerto Rico para transportarte al centro de convenciones, que es nuestro refugio. Mañana estaremos recibiendo mucha lluvia y este lugar será inundado totalmente. Si tienes algún familiar impedido o con alguna condición especial, este es el momento para abandonar tu casa.
Lester, tonight this massive shelter is almost at capacity. For many of these evacuees, it was a desperate scramble once they realized Irma was on its way and they had few options.
The line stretched for what seemed like an eternity, wrapping around the Germain Arena outside Fort Myers, the last scramble to seek shelter.
Are they going to let us inside? Nobody's giving any information. We need to get the word out. Hey, you guys are going to come in. We need to know.
For Gina Munoz, it's an agonizing wait. She can't help but think of her two grandkids.
But right now, the desperation sets in. The anxiety levels flare up. Just one person, you pray to God.
If you can't get into the shelter, if they run out of room, where do you go?
I'm not leaving. I don't have nowhere to go.
Yeah, I hope you're okay. I really do.
I don't have anywhere to go. We don't have anywhere to go.
Evacuees from all walks of life, battling heat, rain, and impatience.
We're worried that we're going to be turned away, that it's going to get full.
More than 6 million Floridians ordered to evacuate, at least 54,000 in 320 shelters across the state. This morning, cars lined up as a new one opened near Naples.
We're really desperate because where we live is not safe at all, and we got mandatory evacuations to leave.
This is probably our 5th stop.
It's really been hard to find shelter.
Most of them were capacity.
Some of our neighbors started leaving with their animals. They're just getting on the expressway and heading north. I don't want to get stuck because there's so many reportages of no gas.
But just hours later, Collier County authorities closed that shelter because the forecast for that area got worse. Other counties also overwhelmed.
Certainly no one's going to get turned away, but it is physically impossible to shelter the population that's in jeopardy.
Many here had chosen not to evacuate until Irma shifted west.
This is what is difficult, trying to get oxygen for her.
Did you ever expect the line would be this big?
No.
Tonight, Gina Munoz says she's fortunate. She and thousands of others have made it inside the arena, with Irma just hours away. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Estero, Florida.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.
Those fleeing the state are finding a lot of open arms here in Colorado. Denver 7's Mark Stewart is live at DIA right now, and people have been coming in all afternoon, Mark.
And for people coming in from Florida, there is certainly a sense of urgency. Even though Irma has not hit just yet, there is already an impact to everyday life.
Hey, Dad, you're here.
These two sisters couldn't be happier to see their father, Warren.
I'm 90 years young. So good to see you.
He arrived in Denver on Flight 819 from Fort Lauderdale, escaping the potential danger zone.
I'm extremely happy to be out of Florida. I've been through two very bad hurricanes already, including Andrew and Wilma. And that's enough.
We were really concerned. We got a call from our sister who lives in Miami, and she said, we think we need to get Dad out of Miami and back and into Denver.
Life in Florida is proving to be difficult. Backups on the road, at the gas station, and at the store.
It was pretty frantic yesterday trying to find a flight for him to come here nonstop, being 90 years old.
We logged onto FlightAware. You can see the scurry in the sky, a rush to escape before Irma arrives.
Yeah, we boarded up yesterday and we were out this morning. Everybody's leaving.
Miami resident Cruz Gonzalez is in Colorado for a wedding with her entire family from Florida. They're supposed to fly home next week.
We're all freaking out, for lack of a better word, because we left everything. We don't know where we're going to get back to. So we don't know if we're going to have homes to go home. My parents live in West Palm as my sister, and we'll see.
As for Warren, his bag made it here too. Time for family who will bring stability from the storm. Are you happy to see these two?
I sure am.
This storm is moving quickly. I just got an email from Southwest announcing cancellation of several flights out of Florida toward the end of the week. And if you are lucky to find a seat on any airline, be prepared to pay. I found one fare from Miami to Denver, more than $2,000. We're live at DIA tonight. Mark Stewart, Denver 7.
Oh, gosh, we are sending good thoughts their way.
Yeah,
my goodness.
thank
you, Mark. And you can follow the minute-to-minute tracking of Irma right now on the Storm Shield app, as well as right here on Denver 7.